guys, it's Fee, and it is Veda Day 16. Happy Saturday. So today's prompt is, who's the Joker? Do you fancy yourself as a comedian, or do you know someone who should be? Tell us your favorite joke. Well, I don't really fancy myself as a comedian, though I know a couple of good ones. I don't really present them very well, but in the spirit of Veda, I will try. I really like certain stand-up comics, and there's two that were my favorites, and unfortunately both of them are no longer of this world. I'm not going to tell you who they are. I'll let you know at the end, see if you can figure out whose material this is. So I've got a couple of things written down here. And like I said, I don't present them nearly as well as these guys used to, so keep that in mind. I am not a stand-up comic. If I was, I would certainly be in the wrong business, since I'm a programmer way at the other end of the spectrum. Anyhow. All right, I have 4 here that I'm going to share, 2 from each person. And I will tell you, if you got kids in the room, these are kind of PG-13. Maybe even R. Not quite sure. No, I'm going to skip over any language, but what they're talking about is definitely PG-13. So keep that in mind if you have any little ones in the room. There's your warning. All right, now I'm going to start. Okay, so the first one, actually, this is an older one, and this makes me laugh every time. It probably makes me laugh too much. The definition of pornography is quite simple. Erotic is using a feather. Pornography is using the entire chicken. And the other one that this comedian said that I always thought was hysterical, another short but sweet one. Do you think God gets stoned? I think so. Look at the platypus. Anybody know who those are by? Robin Williams. And I hope he's making them laugh up there. All right, the other 2 that I have are a little bit longer, again, by a stand-up comic that is no longer with us, but definitely one of my favorites. And the first thing that I'm going to say is probably my ultimate favorite joke, because it explains something that I actually have an issue with, and it explains it quite well. For the longest time, I didn't have an explanation, and thanks to this wonderful stand-up comedian, I now do, and I use it on a regular basis. So I'm going to share it with you guys. This particular stand-up comic was talking about fussy eaters and food that he didn't like based on the way things looked, the way things smelled, the name of something, just little generalizations. And he gets to the part about not liking the way certain things look, therefore he doesn't eat them. And he gets to sliced tomatoes, which is where my favorite part comes in. And I have it written here because I would not remember this whole thing. Sliced tomatoes. I just don't care for the way they look. It looks like a little pink bicycle tire, you know, and I don't eat bicycle tires. Why should I eat a little pink one? The real trouble with tomatoes, sliced tomatoes especially, is they don't look like they're finished developing yet. They look like they're still in their larval stage. There's thousands of seeds in there and a whole bunch of jelly-looking stuff. Oh, man, get it off my plate. It's like that stuff at the end of an egg. Get it off my plate. It's slimy, and I know it's not the end of an egg. It's the beginning of a chicken. And then he goes on and on and on with a bunch of stuff that probably shouldn't be said unless I do rate this R, so I'll let it go. But I love that one. I use it all the time. That is my explanation for why I don't like tomatoes. I will occasionally eat tomatoes if they're mixed in with something, but to take a tomato and just bite into it, no. That will never happen. Sliced tomatoes, if they're on a sandwich or something, that's fine. But, you know, some people slice them up, they put them on a plate, and they just eat them with a fork. No, there's no way I could ever do that. Yeah. And it's because of the whole larval stage thing that completely describes it perfectly. All right, one more from this particular stand-up comic before I reveal who it is. The very existence of flamethrowers proves that sometime, somewhere, someone said to themselves, you know, I want to set those people over there on fire, but I'm just not close enough to get the job done. And that's that. This was from George Carlin. So those are my two favorites, Robin Williams and George Carlin. And we no longer have either one of them, which is quite a shame. Quite a shame. But that's my jokes. I know I don't present them nearly as well as these guys. Who can? But I hope you enjoyed them, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.